fishes. Leo, Tweety, and Freddo. The 3 fishes lived together in a lake. One day, as the 3 were playing, they heard 2 fishermen talking about fishing. The first man said,
"I heard about this lake. It has some big fishes."
The second man replied,
"I love to cook and eat the fresh fish. We'll come back tomorrow noon here."
After they were gone, Leo said,
"We should go to the nearby canal, and we may then reach a new lake."
Tweety and Freddo were too lazy and ignored, saying, "Let us have some rest now. We can think about it tomorrow when we see them." Next day, the 2 fishermen arrived and caught Tweety and Freddo before they could plan for an escape. While Leo planned ahead and lived happily in the new lake. Moral of the story: planning ahead makes lives easier. The Tortoise and the Mouse. Deep in the forest, a tortoise and his friend Mouse lived inside a wooden log. The mouse was too quick and never waited for the tortoise to eat all the fruits dropping from the trees around. Tortoise was slow and had to eat the leftovers. One day, the tortoise was too hungry and asked the mouse to wait for him and not finish the fruits quickly. The mouse retorted and made fun of Tortoise's shell and did not allow him to get inside the wooden log. Soon, a hungry fox came in search of food and smelled an animal nearby. The fox picked up the tortoise to eat, but he quickly hides inside his shell. The shell was too hard for the fox to eat, and thus she threw the tortoise aside. The fox then angrily pulled the mouse from the log and ate it. The tortoise thanked God for giving him such a strong shell and lived happily inside the wooden log. Moral of the story: never make fun of anyone. Shouting monster. At the footsteps of a big mountain lived many animals, including a tortoise. In the winter, when the snowstorms started, the big monsters on the other side of the mountain wouldn't stop shouting, But, looking around him, he saw that many other animals were lying frozen to death, and with looks of horror on their faces. He summoned up all his courage to move down the path towards the monster. The closer the tortoise got, the more the monster changed its shape. Then, when he was almost upon it, the tortoise realized that what he had thought was a monster was only a great pile of rocks, which formed a shape just like a monster. As for the the tortoise realized this was just the sound of the wind blowing through a small cave. The tortoise carried on and eventually descended into a beautiful valley filled with woods and plenty of food. The tortoise lived very happily there and became known everywhere as the brave little tortoise. Moral of the story: fear is often much smaller than what you make of it.